What's good, y'all? Welcome to my review for this week's episode of Persona 5, the animation. Overall, another fantastic episode. Not really much in terms of story in this episode. It's more or less kind of like just, like the comic. This is more or less just kind of explaining how, mementos and a couple extra Easter eggs for later events here and there. But this was more or less just the mementos part of the episode. Next week's we're actually going to see Yusuke get it. Or I should know. No, yeah, Yusuke! Yosuke was Persona 4! Got their names. The guy was like, wait, which one? Which Yusuke was it? That was Anyway, so, let's begin. So we start this episode off with Ryuji and Akira. Yes, in case you're just, like I said, guys, I'm referring to Akira. Yes, his name is technically Ren canon in the end, but Akira just sounds better in my personal opinion. Just, for any newcomers to this, I just call him Akira. So, yeah. Anyway, so they're at the gun shop. They're pretty much trying to sell off, common shitheads metal, which is the treasure they got after they got it from a crown to a metal, because it's like the it was pretty much like the physical form of his desires in like one object, pretty much. Because as we know, in his heyday, common shithead was a damn good volleyball player. I think he went to the Olympics, if I remember correctly. I think he went to like the Olympics and won the gold there, if I remember correctly. So it's kind of like his crime of treatment. And even though he's kind of gone down the drain and become a pedophile. Yep, this is his one crime sheet with this fucking metal. So yeah, they sold off to the gun shop owner, which I hope we see his confidant later on in the game in the series. Now it's only 24 episodes now, so I know they're not going to be able to cram all the confidances and get all their stuff there. I just hope we can see bits and pieces of each. That is my personal opinion, at least, because I want to see bits and pieces, because I love these characters. Now there are a few confidences where I really didn't give a shit about them. I was like, whatever, I'm really just doing you for well, I haven't actually beaten the game. I haven't even gotten that far. I'm still common she's cats, because I haven't gotten that much time to do Persona 5, because like I said, guys, it's an RPG. You gotta set time away for RPGs. And then for the Persona, where you gotta set even more time, okay, I'm gonna do this time, I'm gonna do that this time, I don't have much time, especially when I'm getting busy getting combat. I don't know, I might play some today, or I might just give it that SEO failable, I don't know. Speaking of which, Toonami is coming on later tonight, which is also the debut of My Hero Academia. See My Hero Academia finally make its debut, and Toonami, definitely follow me on Twitter and Instagram if you're not already, because I'll definitely be live tweeting and live Instagramming while I'm there, just dropping videos and shit. So yeah, stay tuned for that on my Instas and my social medias. So, after they sold out for what was it, I think 30 million, 30,000, yeah, I think it was the exact price. He sold the guys for. We then cut to them at a buffet. This isn't like some ordinary buffet like Golden Corral or some. No. This is a buffet for rich folk. I'm talking elite rich. I'm talking like the elites up in here. This is for Bruce Wayne level people up in here. And they even act like snobs. Like some of the shit that they do, which I'll talk about later on. It's this part of this was was a lot shorter than it was in the actual game itself. Because in the game, it was pretty long. Now I understand why, because it's not really that big important to the overall story. There's of course little details here that are important, but most of it is kind of just the crew just chilling, hanging out. So I understand why A1 chopped a lot out of it. But yeah, I'll probably also talk about the differences and shit they cut out while I'm here. So they pretty much talk about this this is kind of like a rich buffet, and on talks about how she I think she's actually been to this hotel before, if I remember correctly, because I know in the anime, because I know she said that she does modeling as a setting, which is a predominant part of her confidant in the game, which I don't know if they're even going to delve into that in the anime. I think they might do little bits and pieces of it, because they do talk about Shiho, and Shiho did have a big importance on her confidant was with Shiho. They even she even mentions that Shiho is starting rehab for her failed suicide attempt next week. So she talks about how she does modeling for this this magazine every once in a while, and of course Morgana be like, oh, so that's why this has a bit of a celebrity air to it, and she's like, I'm not a celebrity, dude. So then On checks her phone, she's like, oh shit, we are about halfway through our time, because apparently I guess there's a time limit at this buffet, and Ryuji's like, I haven't had my supply, I haven't had my fair share of meat, and On's like, I haven't gone through the desserts. And then, now here's the part where they actually cut shit out. Because in the game, at least from my memory, because like I said, it's been a while since I've seen Nico's Bees Let's Play. This is early, so my memory's a little hazy, so I might be a little wrong on some details of what was cut from the game and what was added, so, just so you bear with me, guys. So, in the game, there was this part, like, right after that part happened with, like, Ryuji's like, oh shit, they came back with, like, this pile of meat. I'm talking, like, a plate full of meat. Like, there was about, like, probably over 100 of them. Like, there was, like, I think about, like, 2 or 3 plates full of that. An had her fair share of dessert, and actually, then we saw this, like, part where Ryuji was straight up eating all of it. I think Akira also gave him some help as well. And so, that part was cut out. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, it's not important to the plot. It's just a little funny moment that the developer put in there just for, like, some more bonding time with the crew. You can get away with that with, like, a game that's 100 plus hours, but not really when it's 24 episode anime series. So, I'm not mad. But I was like, oh, you cut out the part where Ryuji was shoving his face full of meat and had to go to the bed, which is where we pick back up with Ryuji coming out the bed. He's like, oh, I ate way too damn much. And then we see this bald guy. He's talking with, like, his suit. Now, to anime onlys, I'm gonna tell you this right now. This bald guy, without giving away any spoilers, is going to have a important role, let's say, later on in the game. That's all I'm gonna say. So he bumps into Ryuji, and he's like, and he doesn't give a shit. Then Ryuji's like, hey, Pops, you bumped into me. We were first in line. And he's like, oh, man, they didn't start a daycare in here? Sheesh, kids these days. I'm like, well, fuck you too, asshole. Rich snob. Then the same thing I was done. Now I believe this was actually something that the anime actually added, because I don't remember this part in the game. But actually, we see Odd in the desserts, and then this fat bitch in like a red dress. That she's like probably part of the elite. She probably has she's like a millionaire. She probably has like 10 properties and like, I don't know, 50 cars for all I care. That's Ferraris, and probably wears nothing but Gucci. With some Versace, and what's some other expensive clothing brands that sound like Italian? There's Gucci, Versace. I feel like I'm missing some, but whatever. You guys get the point. And so she she bumps into An, and she like kind of like spills her cake like on her dress. She's like, oh, this dress is expensive. No, and I was like. And then she's like, oh, you should be more careful there, bitch. She actually say call her bitch, but I'm exaggerating because she might as well. And then you're like, oh man, look at that girl. Why is she here? Her parents must have spoiled her when she was a kid. Sheesh, there's no place for her in this establishment. Get out of here. Ugh. Like, they're actually straight up acting like assholes. So, they leave the premises because the food was good, but the people here are assholes. So then Ryuji and Akira pretty much just tell each other their stories of dealing with rich snob assholes that have a stick up their ass. And so after that, we kind of just have the crew talking with the montage and then going places, a store, and they pretty much are pretty much finalizing the details of the Phantom Thieves. They agree that Akira should be the leader, and we actually see An actually go in one of those crane games, and she got one of the figures, which is, I forget what the dude's called, but he's from the Shin Megami Tensei. I think he's also a persona you can unlock in Persona 5 if I remember correctly. So we get that. We also see actually when they leave, we see another cameo appearance from another confidant that is honestly one of my personal favorites. I really like the guy. He's a politician. I forget his name, but he's definitely one of the good. He's definitely the better. I love the politician dude. He definitely has. He's not most politicians. He's like, in fact, out of all the adults in the game, because he's a politician. So they could have easily turned him into like this asshole that wanted to like rule the world or do something. No, he generally just wants to help out Japan and actually just help out and fix the country. Kind of like if you guys watch Designated Survivor, he's kind of like what was his name? Kiefer Sutherland's character, as when he plays president. So he's honestly just an average guy that just also wants to help out people. That's kind of rare for politicians, apparently, especially in anime series and video games. Anyway. So they agree that Kira's the leader. Then they talk about what should we call the Phantom Thieves? Even should we call our team? Even though they don't really, even though they say we're the Phantom Thieves, they don't just necessarily Odd thinks the pink diamonds, and then Akira ends up saying the Phantoms, which is I guess the Phantom Thieves just minus the thieves part, which I don't mind. I like that name, the Phantoms. It sounds cool. So then we get back to school. They also talk about how they're gonna keep stealing people's hearts because they're the one to help out people. So they're wondering who should we do our next target is, and after school, and then we see while Kira and Morgana discuss this Kawakami, which I hope we see her confidant in the game because her confidant is really good. I love Kawakami's confidant. I love Kawakami. She's like definitely on the best girl scale. I would just really say Kawakami is number 2 behind Futaba, and number 3 would be Makoto. Makoto. I almost forgot her name for a second. And plus, Makoto is voiced by Austin, which is like I said, guys, is an immediate 10 wife. That immediately puts you in the running for best girl just for the fact that you were voiced by Austin in the English dub. So, anyway, so then Mishima comes up to them, and Mishima already knows they're the Phantom Thieves. I think he figured it out because I think he pretty much figured that out on his own himself. Because I don't think he ever because we never told him that we were the Phantom. Anyway, he created this website where people can come together, talk about hey, I'm dealing with this problem. Can you guys help me out? Blah 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 blah. Now Mishima, okay, now a lot of people don't like Mishima, and I can understand why because he kind of comes off a little weird, like kind of like. A little too hard, like he's trying he's trying to be part of the Phantom Thieves, but he isn't. But he comes off a little too hard. And honestly, I can see why people don't like Mishima. I personally really dig Mishima. I feel like he's just a guy that's just struggling to find his place in the world. And the Phantom Thieves is like, hey, if I can help these guys out, hey, hey, this is kind of like me helping them out after I royally fucked over Akira by leaking out that he was his criminal record for what was it, aggravated assault at the most. So then they look at the website. Ryuji's like, yeah, man, keep up the times. And before that, we see Makoto actually talking with the principal, and he's like, and the principal's suspicious with the Phantom Thieves being at the school, and she asks him to ask her to investigate, and she agrees. And she agrees to the plan, so she starts her sneaking mission to find the Phantom Thieves. I'm pretty sure the person's actually talking to him, keep an eye out on Akira, Ryuji, and on. So they look at the website, they search through, find different results, and then they find the one they look for, which is a guy that's stalking his ex. So they're like, okay, this is nice and spicy. This is nice. They agree that he is the perfect target for the next one. Which then this pretty much plays out the exact same like it did in the game, where Morgana takes him to the mementos, which is essentially like. It's pretty much like the mementos in the game was pretty much like the side area where you can steal people's hearts. That were pretty much like the final mission, like a person's confidant, to steal someone's heart in that person's confidant, so that they can so then you can max them out, and also just overall it's more or less just for grinding, more or less kind of like the other places are for Persona 3 and Persona 4. Like this isn't like some endless maze like it is in those games apparently. So places like the end of the game, of course. Then Morgana turns into a car, so they can drive through the metaverse, not the metaverse, the mementos. I almost forgot his name. And actually, now if I remember correctly, he talks about how it's normal for cats to turn into cars. I'm pretty sure that's actually a reference to My Neighbor Totoro, because if you guys see My Neighbor Totoro, a Studio Ghibli movie, you guys know about the cat bus. See, My Neighbor Totoro, I really love that movie. I really did enjoy that movie. So I think that's pretty sure that's like a little reference Atlas put into My Neighbor Totoro, which it is. Good on them. I'm showing some support for Studio Ghibli. So they find him, and then we don't really get a fight between him and he's like, oh, she's my property. I can do whatever the fuck I want with her. And instead, we actually don't get a fight between the thieves and this dude. In fact, what they do they just go straight to the all-out attack, and the all-out attack is fixed. They actually, it's like the carry models. I think I look about it, but they actually have the background behind them, and it looks exactly like it did in the game, which makes it look overall much better. I might actually just end up using it as the thumbnail because I was like, yes, the all-out attacks. A-1 listened to us and they fixed it, so good. Now give me all the characters all-out attacks. I want all of their portraits now because they look good now. They look pretty good. We'll actually add back the background. I think or maybe they actually just straight up ripped it off from the game. I don't know. So and after that, they check out the website and they're like Mishima's over there telling him, good job, and he's kind of asking to know, is he also kind of taking credit for hey guys, so excuse me, Jesus, excuse me. So, and like Mishima's he comes off a little too hard, and I like Mishima me personally, but if most people, if someone's like, yeah, oh no, I hated Mishima, I hate his confidence, I hate his character, I hate everything about Mishima, I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna disagree. Yeah, I'm like, I personally liked him, but I can understand why people didn't like. I don't repeat myself. So, and then the episode ends with, of course, like, the usual thing with them with pretty much where On says, she feels like she's being followed. Which then in the post-credits scene, seriously, everyone, all these animes are in post-credit scenes. What is this? What are you all fans of Marvel now after Infinity War dropped last week? Anyway, which Infinity War has officially cracked $1 billion in 11 days. Not surprised there. I'm surprised it didn't happen in a week. So, and so which then we then we get like this POV shot of someone following On, and then Ryuji and Akira come up, and we find out that it is, of course, Yusuke. The member that we're going to be focusing a lot on next week, who is going to be joining the Phantom Thieves. Which I'm looking forward because I really dig Yusuke. I think out of all the male Phantom Thieves, he's one of my favorites. I think Ryuji is still like my dude. Ryuji out of all the Phantom Thieves, Ryuji is probably like my favorite of the Phantom Thieves, minus Futaba. Because, oh my god, Ryuji is like, I love Ryuji. He's your brother now. Ryuji is a man that I'll crack a cold one with. I love Ryuji. He is a brother for life. Like, I love Ryuji. I ride or die for this. I take a bullet for Ryuji. I love him. Yusuke, he's a close second for dudes. So yeah. So overall, pretty good episode. I love the little added details they added in from. And then we also see this part with I forgot this one part where actually when Akira gets home, Shojiro feeds him some curry, and he's like, and then we actually see we see Sai and Akechi, because I swear to God, I feel like it's like every episode now we have to have the obligatory Akechi cam, which we had in the beginning of the episode, but this time, this is actually from the game when actually Akechi shows up, they have their coffee, he discussed about, detective work and all that shit, and so, yeah, just kind of wanted to give a little nod to, stuff to Akechi. So, overall, really good this episode. I give this episode a 9 out of 10. Really damn enjoyable. Looking forward to next week, which we're going to be seeing Yusuke. So that's going to be entertaining to watch, because I love Yusuke. Especially what he wants to do with On. It's hilarious. I love it. You guys, if you're watching anime, you're going to love Yusuke. I guarantee it. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, affiliate links, search for us below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time.